All right, guys, you know that patience isn't something we talk about enough, especially as gamers, fathers, husbands, and sons. I mean, it's one of those things that gets tested in almost every part of life. Whether you're grinding out a weapon camo, waiting for a patch to fix a broken game, trying to put your kid to bed for the third time, or just trying to understand your parents a little bit better as you get older, these are all things that require some sort of patience. And patience is like, it's really like that invisible skill tree that nobody maxes out, but everyone needs to level up. And today I want to talk about that. Not just gaming patience, but life patience. From being a gamer, a father, a husband, and a son, and how those worlds collide more than we realize. Now let's start with gaming because honestly, that's where I first learned what patience even is. When I was younger, gaming taught me delayed gratification. You didn't just buy your way to the top. I mean, nowadays you can do that, but back then you had to grind. That's all you could do. You had to fail, you had to start over again and again until you got it right. Think back to the early Call of Duty days, or even older, when you had to unlock guns the hard way, not by leveling up or buying your way through it, when lag ruined your nuke streak, or even when you had to deal with skill-based matchmaking before it had a name. That kind of stuff trained us in frustration, in discipline, and in repetition. But gaming has changed. Everything's faster now. You got the instant spawns, instant rewards, instant unlocks, and the same impatience seeps into real life as well. We want things now fast. We want success now. We want recognition now. And even if you're a creator, you want your YouTube channel to blow up now. But real progress, it still takes time. You can't speedrun character development, not in life. Whether it's mastering a game or mastering yourself, patience really is still the cheat code nobody wants to use because it's boring. Yet it's the only one that actually works. When I'm sitting here editing a video, waiting for that render bar to move, I think back to the old days of waiting for Modern Warfare 2 lobbies where you just stare at searching for a match for 5 straight minutes. That's patience training right there. We didn't know it, but gaming actually taught us how to wait. But the real test came when I became a father. Fatherhood literally changes everything, and I've touched on this a little bit in my last video, where gaming used to be about skill, reaction time, reflexes, and decision making. Parenting, it's all about patience. You can't rush your kid into understanding the world, or even when you feed them the bottle, you think they'll be okay, but they need more attention than that. And you can't skip cutscenes through tantrums or sleepless nights. You just have to be there. When your kid's crying in the middle of the night or 2 a.m. and then you gotta get up and make a bottle or you gotta change their diaper, those are all things that will cut into your sleep. Yeah, that's when patience stops being a word and starts actually being a survival skill. You start realizing that patience isn't just waiting, it's waiting with love. It's not about how long you can stay calm, but how much compassion you can hold while you're waiting. Now, gaming taught me the mechanics of patience, but fatherhood taught me the heart of it. Because with your child, you're not just waiting for them to grow. You're teaching them, you're shaping them, you're guiding them. And that takes more patience than any game will ever require. And let's be real, balancing gaming and fatherhood, that's its own challenge. There's this guilt sometimes, like you're taking time away from your family when you play, but then you realize if you manage your time right, gaming can actually give you patience. And then there's being a husband, and man, that's a different kind of patience. Because marriage is like co-op mode on the hardest difficulty, because you and your partner have sometimes different play styles. You guys have different approaches sometimes different goals, and yet the only way to really win is by working together. I mean, imagine that, right? In a co-op, you actually have to work together. You can't just rage quit after a bad day. You can't uninstall the relationship. You have to communicate, listen, and wait for each other to grow. And sometimes that's not always easy. And as gamers, we're wired to solve problems. We want to fix things fast. But marriage, that teaches you that not everything can be solved with a patch note. Some things take time. Some wounds need space and not solutions. And there are of course moments when patience looks like silence, just sitting there with no words and letting time do the healing. And other times patience means listening even when you don't understand. And sometimes it means putting down the controller and just being present, because love without patience becomes frustration. But love with patience, that's strength. Being a husband taught me that patience isn't passive, it's active. And choosing to stay, choosing to care, choosing to understand even when it's easier to just walk away. That kind of patience builds something real, not just between the both of you guys, but within yourself. And then there's the patience we owe to our parents as sons. When you're younger, you think your parents don't understand you, right? They're too strict, too old school, too out of touch, they don't know what's going on. But as you get older, especially when you become a parent yourself, you start realizing they were just trying. You start seeing the full picture, how much they sacrificed, how much they held back, how much they probably wanted to give up, but didn't. Patience as a son means learning empathy, means forgiving your parents for not being perfect, means taking the time to listen because one day you won't have that time anymore. You realize patience isn't just something you want from others, it's something you owe to others. When I talk to my dad now, I don't rush the conversations anymore because one day I'll be the dad on the other end of the phone waiting for a call back from my kid. Patience, full circle. At the end of the day, patience is really the thread that ties all of this together. You got, again, like I said before, the gaming, fatherhood, marriage, and family all in one. It's what keeps us grounded when life starts lagging. It's what stops us from rage quitting when things get hard. Being a gamer really taught me how to wait. Being a father taught me how to love through waiting. Being a husband taught me how to grow through waiting. And being a son taught me how to listen through waiting. We live in a world where everything moves fast. You got games, news, social media, and just life in general. But the real joy, the real connection, that still takes time. So the next time you're just sitting there waiting for the next download, the next promotion, the next breakthrough, remember, maybe life's just loading your next level. You just have to be patient enough to see it through. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's commentary. And if you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now with that being said, this is GCP signing off.